Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Varda Sharma and I'm so glad you're here. Today we will see how we can create 5 different cards, mostly using the card kit extras or the ephemera pieces and the pattern papers from Spellbinders December 2019 card kit. As you can see below, I have laid down some of my ideas. This is what I always like to do, especially when I'm playing with card kits. So it takes the guesswork, and once I get into the mode of creating, I just can keep creating instead of having to fiddle with things at that time. So what I have done is I have laid out the pieces I want. I have done a bit of die cutting. I'll explain to you what I have done for each of these cards. And my ideas are completely laid out. So let's get started. And oh, before I forget, most of the things that you see here, the pattern papers, the ephemera pieces, are typically available as card kit extras. I will link to them individually on my blog post as well as here, so you can get access to them. The other pieces that I have or the other supplies that I have used are like some dies from my stash, some dies from the small die of the month kit for Spellbinders December 2019. You can always substitute those for some of the things you might already have on hand. But if you ask me, Spellbinders has multiple different club kits. So they are like subscriptions and all of them work together beautifully. So it's so much more value for money if you go for one of the value clubs is what they call, where they combine different club kits and offer significant savings on the same supplies if you were to purchase them separately. That is just my recommendation. I love to do that. And so I have combined some of these things. I have also combined some of the dies from their older kits, which is again great to build your stash with the subscriptions, and I always recommend doing it. And I never regret being a subscriber because I simply love their products. So why don't you just give it a try? If this is something you're interested in, I will link to all the supplies below, including the value clubs and the individual clubs. So without further ado, let's dive in and let's start creating. All right, let's start with card number 1. I have gone ahead and done some prep work. I have picked out the pieces I want. So this is a pattern paper, again from the pattern paper pack in the kit. I picked out matching flowers. You see this flowers are the same ones as on the pattern paper. So I have picked them out. I have picked out a couple leaves which I want to be on the side. And I have picked out a large piece that has the word happy on it. Also, this little strip of brownish greenish paper is actually left over from another place, but I wanted something just enough so that I can add like a divider between the busy pattern paper and the blank white card base. So that's why I just decided to use it here. What I'm going to do is, you see this happy? It has a little bit of gold foiling, just a thin strip of gold foiling. I'm going to try and give my pattern paper panel the similar kind of gold foiling. Here is how I like to do it. This is Delicata Golden GLITZ ink from Tsukineko. It's a beautiful golden ink. It retains its shine even after you have done any kind of stamping or something with it. So I will go around the edges ever so slightly, adding just a little bit of that gold so that I can create the same magic that the word happy has, like create the same design, so to say. This will help tie everything together. Also, it helps give like a finished look to this panel instead of just popping it up and having the whites show on the side. Putting some kind of maybe ink blending or a border like this always helps to give it more of a finished look. So this is something I like to do. For the thinner strip, I'm going to use, these are thin adhesive strips. They are from Deris, I think that's the company name. So the way I'm going to go about doing this next part is I'm going to put my adhesive down first, right next to the card, next to the pattern paper panel we have, so that I have it exactly where I want. Go all the way to the end. I'll leave it there. I'll come back and cut it out. And after I take out the release paper, I'm going to go and carefully adhere my stripe. We should be done. That's it. One down, 4 more to go. So there you have the first card. All right, moving on. All right, next card. Next card, I picked up this cute little Foxy. I just so love her. I think she's Kiara's relative or something. Kiara is my cat, by the way, and she's just so adorable. And I feel the same way about this little girl. I believe she's a girl. She's sleeping with flowers, right? And I picked up this wreath. This had a coffee cup or something in the middle. I just removed it to make it a nice clean wreath. I trimmed my pattern paper. Again, this is from the same pattern paper pack from the card kit, and this is trimmed exactly to the size of the card. What I did a little bit different here was I made sure that I start and finish with this color, so I trimmed both edges instead of just lining it up on one side and trimming just one edge. I wanted to have these both colors, so to say, not end up in white. So that's why I did that. And you already saw me use the leftover part of this as a strip out there. So now you know where that came from. Okay, so this is done. For the fox, I wanted her to have a more prominent background on her face. So I picked up another paper from the kit. And this has again that gold foiling that I love. And what I did was, this particular card kit does not come with any circle dies. It comes with a die that lets you make a fox. So I used this die. I used the fourth one, this one, the plain one, not the squiggly one, the plain one, scalloped one, not the scalloped one, the inside one. And this is from the fancy edged circles. I used 1, 2, 3, fourth from the outside to trim a circle out of it. And this fits perfectly behind the wreath, so I can actually make sure that none of the open areas of the wreath show up, and this completely covers it. So that's why I went with this particular pattern. I'm going to make sure that I keep the horizontal lines to stay with the horizontal, like keep it like that and not make it diagonal. Wait a minute, not sure. I think the diagonal looks good too. Yeah, so let's go with the diagonal, and I'm going to adhere these two together and then pop it up, and then pop up this little girl here, and then put my message at the bottom. Ready? So let's do that. I feel like it's easiest to make them stand up and then make sure they are all aligned, and then take it together and align like this. I think I scooted just a tiny bit down, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off. You'll see that in the final photos. I'll do it with my paper trimmer. This side and this side I'll just trim it just a hair of white, and this side I'll do it right after. But this is the second card. Okay, let's make the next one. Okay, for my next card here, what I have done is, again, I trimmed the panel to be that size of my card front. Again, the card base is from the kit, so I'm using the same one, same size, and I picked up another pattern paper. I used the larger circle, the larger non-scallopy circle, the second from the outside and the larger circle, to cut out this part. So this is gone, and we are going to use it just like that. What I want to do is I want to have her kind of like that on the inside, and then I'll pop this panel up, and there will be this sentiment or the sticker or ephemera piece, really. Sorry, it's not a sticker. Ephemera piece, and I die cut the word "you" from the card kits die set. It has for happy for you, I think, included, I believe so, or this might be from the small die of the month kit. I'll figure out the exact one which I used, and I will link to the actual product in the supply list below. But I just cut it out of gold cardstock. The gold mirrored cardstock came from the kit, so I basically have everything from the kit, and this is how we are going to put it together. Pretty straightforward. So I held it down for a bit. I put one acrylic block on it, but I think I had stopped my camera, so for some reason. So I'm back, and all we are doing is we are adding bling. Okay, so card number 3. For card number 4, I use the pattern paper that has like a wood, rings of wood kind of a pattern with this particular die. It's from Amazing Paper Grace Die of the Month, April 2019. And although I did not have it, I was not subscribing to this before. Recently, Spellbinders had old card kits, past card kits or past club kits sale, and which is when I picked it up. I love it, love it, love it. I haven't used this in a normal way. It is supposed to create a fun pop-up or swivel kind of a card. I haven't used it in its intended way yet, but you'll see me do that in one of the later videos. Today I just use that die to create this beautiful panel. All these flowers and the color scheme, it just feels so girly, so delicate, that I wanted the panel to have something like that, like, you know, some girly feel to it. that's it. Card number 3. For the 5th card today, sorry, I kept calling it card number 3, but it actually was card number 4. So this is the last card for today's video. I picked up another girl ephemera piece for this one, the one with the girl and flowers in her hair. Totally love that image. So this is how I'm thinking this will be a good wedding kind of a card. So I'm going to make it a congratulations card, but with a very girly theme. So these are the 5 cards we made today. Let me bring them all over and we'll see what we did. We started with this floral card, happy birthday. Then we made this fox card that says love you always. Then we made this love you card with the beautiful girl. Then we made PS I love you. I think all of these are perfect for Valentine's Day. And then the last one is this, congrats your special day. I think this C still needs help sticking down, so I'm going to leave it with that, and I will post the actual supplies list. I will post the links to everything that I have used, including the extra supplies I have used and the value gloves as promised, and I will also post the individual photos of these, like individual card pictures for details you might have missed, or details you might want to look at. Let's put it that. All right, thank you so much for sticking with me till the very end. You guys are the best. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends who might be interested, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that we can keep in touch. Thank you so very much. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.